Hi everybody, Joel Carlson here, host of Faces of Minnesota. Today my guest is Naomi Pescovitz, a reporter for KSTP News, so we appreciate having her as a guest today. Naomi, we want to learn a little bit more about you. You've been here now a year, so congratulations on that.
Thanks.
Share us a little bit about your story. Where did you grow up and what kind of things interested you when you were growing up?
Well, I was born in Minneapolis, but my family moved to Indianapolis when I was just a little baby, about a year old. And so that's the beginning of my story. And growing up in Indianapolis, I loved school. I was always kind of a bookworm, a little bit of a nerd. My birthday's in August, and it was always a treat when my birthday fell on the first day of school. So I always loved school a lot. And I really loved science and math growing up, which is kind of rare for a journalist. So I always kind of battled between if I wanted to be a doctor or a journalist. And my uncle is a professional blogger, and so he was sort of my inspiration to be a journalist. And in college I really wanted to be the editor of a fashion magazine. That was kind of my dream. And when I got to college, I went to Northwestern University in Evanston, Illinois. When I got to college, I realized I wanted to do something more fast-paced. So I tried TV one day, and I fell in love with it, and that's how I ended up here.
You are, okay. Now, growing up in Indianapolis, are you a big race car fan at all, and do you like the Colts at all?
I like the Colts.
Okay.
I'm not a huge sports fanatic.
Okay.
You know, last week we had the big Colts-Vikings game, and I was rooting for the Colts, I have to admit. But no, I'm not a huge sports fan. I do like the Colts. Racing doesn't interest me a whole lot. I went to one Indy 500 with my dad when I was younger, and I fell asleep.
Oh,
yeah,
with it?
I
wow.
did. I
wow.
had, I had a little earbuds in, and I fell asleep. I haven't done the whole infield thing that people like to do, when they kind of party. I haven't done all that, but I've heard it's really fun. I've always been at school or working during it, so I haven't had a chance. But
okay. Now, when it comes to schooling, where did you go to study journalism?
I went to Northwestern University in Evanston, Illinois, which is a great place to go to school. The best part of the whole experience is that they send you on an internship. And it's called an internship, but it's not really an internship. First I went to Billings, Montana, and then I went to Topeka, Kansas, each for about 3 months. And you're really not an intern. I think it was 2 weeks into my internship in Billings, Montana, that I was sent out to go report, and I was on TV. I think I was probably 20 years old, and I was already on TV in Billings, Montana.
Wow.
So yeah, it was really cool. Obviously, I was very green. I had no idea what I was doing, but my news director there was great. He trusted me. He let me try everything from producing, editing, writing, reporting. I got to do it all.
Lots of good experience.
Right, so I got to be on air at a really young age, and I had 2 of those internships, and that was all through Northwestern, so it was a really good program.
Now, I have to ask, with you being in Montana, what kind of stories did you cover?
I did a couple bull riding stories. We did some wildfires.
Okay.
Kind of what you'd expect out of Montana, but the people there are great. It was a really good experience. I never saw myself ever living in Montana, so it was definitely fun. It was a good way to spend the summer, and a lot of my friends spent that summer in New York interning or working, and that's where I thought I was going to be. I'd actually accepted an internship in New York, where I was going to be following a reporter around. And one of my mentors at Northwestern told me, maybe you should rethink this. Maybe you should go to Montana instead and actually be on TV if that's what you really want to do.
Right.
And I was like, okay, if you say so. So I did it, and it was the best decision I've made in my career.
Good.